Hello, I'm FX Toycat, and whenever you get back into Minecraft, do you have the same instinct to create a brand new world every single time and yet be jealous of what people achieve when they work on their same world for months or even years at a time? Because if so, this is the video for you, as there really is just three simple things standing between you and having that long-term Minecraft world that you always look at and always seem a little bit jealous of. And just for a little bit of context, I have been playing on my same survival world since 2012, but I do still have that instinct to create new worlds. I've made hundreds of them for speedrunning and other purposes, and yet somehow I stick to that same world. How is that even possible? Allow me to explain with today's video, and just remind you that greater than 99% of house fires happen to people who aren't subscribed to the channel, so if you want to subscribe, that's your choice. I mean, you can do whatever you want for your own safety. Speaking of safety, I think that we all crave comfort in different parts of our lives, and when it comes to Minecraft, it's no different. The part of the game that everyone is most nostalgic for, the part of the game everyone has seen in a dozen Let's Plays spanning all the way back to when they were first introduced to the game, it's that first 10 to 15 minutes. Starting your first house and surviving your first night is just a part of the game that people are nostalgic for. If you're getting back into Minecraft after a while, this is probably the part that you're looking forward to most. The only exception to this is usually when there's a new update, in which case you look forward to doing this, but maybe with some of the new blocks in the update and some of that new terrain generation, if it exists. And so this is something that's very addicting. When you start a brand new Minecraft world, you literally don't know what you're going to get. It's going to be entirely brand new, and that can't be matched by your old world. Your old world, you're in the middle of doing something that you've forgotten about, you don't know how to dive back into it, and so you just start the brand new world, which inevitably you play for some amount of time, then you forget about it till the next time you get back into Minecraft, and so on and so forth. If you think this is an interesting experience, then obviously just take a look at this video and see how many people have this exact same problem, because it is a common enough thing, and one of the things that you can do to fix this is to do better with your commitments to the game. This seems like a really weird one to say for a game, because video games are all about recreation, but something that can help a lot of people out is having some form of commitment. For some people, this means like, oh yeah, I hop on Minecraft and I play with friends, every Friday evening. There's a lot of community servers that work that way. If you're worried about how to start a community server, then you don't have to worry, because these days Minecraft does have a realms feature built in where you can get a permanent server running on pretty much any world. It's a really easy to do if you want to make that commitment social based. Personally though, I'm really an introverted person. I don't recover by playing video games with people. I find that to be like a very intensive experience that's a form of social draining. And if you're in the same boat and that's why you love Minecraft, then I would say the commitment can be something as simple as like, oh yeah, log on to Minecraft, every single day and do it for 5 minutes. There is a really interesting quirk in behavioral psychology, which is that all you need to do is make something the default, make it part of your routine, and then that thing will become much more common. This is what I kind of mean by commitment. Just have something that lures you into the game, because there's a very different feeling to wanting to play Minecraft on the outside versus you're already in the game, you're looking at your world. I can tell you, as someone who's had my world for so long, that when I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do today. And then the moment I log on and like go and do something, like, oh, I'll go grab my furnace smelts that I left last time, or I'll just do one small simple thing, and I'll realize all of these big tasks that I want to do. And so that is why having just this small commitment to log into your world for whatever reason is a really simple place to go. But you might say, well, what is the use of having that commitment if you don't know what you're going to do in Minecraft? Some people do feel lost, because in Minecraft there is so much to do, and when you're presented with infinite choices, it can feel like you don't want to do any of those. Whereas again, the comfortable thing you know and you love is always going to be that first 15 minutes of gameplay, that first hour of gameplay starting a base from scratch. Who wants to work on an existing base? And that's where my second point comes in, and perhaps my biggest one, because working on projects is very important. The second thing here is having some form of big project is what makes Minecraft beautiful, in my opinion. It's always what I've enjoyed about the game, because ever since I first played and I went mining and I was like, oh, I have all this cobblestone, I should make a fun castle. Ever since that experience, I've always realized that, like, yeah, having some big vision in your head and slowly making that vision come true is one of the things I really enjoy about Minecraft. And so one of the things that always brings me back to the game is having a really dumb idea. Sometimes that dumb idea is something I don't commit to, like draining an ocean. I really want to drain an ocean in Minecraft. It seems like a great idea. Why am I not doing it already? But sometimes the idea can be entirely different to that. It can be the idea of building the end but in a desert. It can be the idea of freezing over the nether, or even something just as simple as I have an ice farm and next to it I'm building a lava farm, because 1.17 makes lava farmable, and so that's a really interesting thing I'm putting at the top of the hill where my base is. There are all sorts of projects that I've worked on over the years. If I tried to list them in today's video, it would be impossible, but an easy place to start is by making the farmable ingredients. For instance, my first build, that I fell in love with in my current Let's Play world is the sugarcane farm, which goes all the way from Bedrock up to Sky Height. When Sky Height changes in a future update, it will go to the new Sky Height 2 because it's an insane sugarcane farm that no one needs to have, but there's something fun about doing that insanity of a project to me. Maybe because I'm an insane person, maybe if you're a much more balanced person, you'd enjoy having a big Minecraft house that you could show to friends and bragging or whatever it is that normal people enjoy in the world. You can work on whatever you want in Minecraft, but just having a different project and knowing you can work towards that is something that is really useful. And actually, that is one of the kind of fun things about this. Something that I love about all the Minecraft communities out there, whether it's the Reddits, the Discords, the various Twitter communities that exist out there, a lot of people love sharing their Minecraft builds and seeing other people's and working towards the idea that, like, yeah, I can share this with people, whether that's the strangers on the internet in those communities, whether that's your friends and family that you have on the very same server, or whether that's just something as simple as your sister or girlfriend. I hope that you're speaking to more than one person to do those ones, but my point here is that sharing the things in Minecraft is really cool, and having these big projects to work towards is something that always just pops into my brain. I've literally been walking down the street here in New York City, I've been enjoying myself thinking about something, and then a Minecraft project pops into my head, and yeah, a lot of the times they're dumb replacement projects, but it's still fun to have these ideas and to work towards them and to commit to these older projects, which are always a great way to get yourself back into the game, because boom, guess what, we're going into the first point. You might think, wow, Toycat, better talk about that third thing now. No, commitment really is the key thing that makes these projects work too, because when you come into the game after not having done so for a few days, you can feel like, oh god, what was I even doing here? This is gonna be such a nightmare to finish, and it feels like a project that's overdue or something. It feels like something you really don't want to do, and you avoid it by avoiding the game, just like how people tend to avoid people when they've got some embarrassing thing they don't want to talk about. Rather than addressing it, we kind of just push it to the side. That is bad life advice, and it's also bad Minecraft advice. The best thing to do with these situations is just address it head on, either whether that means like finishing your thing and getting that done, whether that just means being like, yeah, this is going to be unfinished from now on, or whether it means finishing it in a different style. You can build half a Minecraft build and then have an entirely different plan for the second half, and it's a-okay. That might have been how we got the horse a lot though, which is a very bizarre build. My point is that you can do pretty much anything you want in Minecraft because it's the game about freedom, or if you were to word it a different way, you could say it's the game where no one can tell you what you can and cannot do. And so that brings us nicely into our third point, because here's the thing about Minecraft. It's a game where you have infinite possibilities, but if you watch it on YouTube, and maybe I'm guilty of perpetrating this myself, you might believe that there's only a few set ways that you really have to play the game. I mean, there's a tech tree, and the whole goal is to get to the top of that tech tree with your automatic farms, which range from things as simple as sugarcane to things as complex and weird as gold and iron. That's the whole point of the game. You've just got to farm those ingredients, right? And so to some people, when they get to that grindy phase of the game where it's all about just making more farms and more efficient and etc, the game that they sometimes see as being the end reward on YouTube, they can start to falter and go back to doing the fun parts of the game, which is, building their first house and making a lovely interior and doing some landscaping and flattening the area around it. But the truth about Minecraft is, again, you get to decide what you do in this game, and that means that if you don't want to make a single farm ever, that's totally fine. If that means that you don't want to defeat the Ender Dragon, you're amongst about half of Minecraft's players who have never been there in survival as it is. But it also means that if you want to be wacky, if you want to make a base entirely in the end, it's a really fun project. Moving villages there by hand, I've even got a rabbit in my end, don't ask why or how. I've got mushrooms out there, and you can do whatever projects you want in any part of your world, because that is how you tie these things together. I think having projects, is a great thing to do in Minecraft, but they don't have to be traditional projects of make a lovely pyramid or make a big house and make a big outside for a farm. You can do whatever you want for whatever reason you want to do it, and the thing that helps you do whatever you want is having a world where you've already gathered those basic resources, where you already have a set of diamond tools, maybe even netherite, maybe netherite enchanted, you've got the full gear. Having all of that stuff can remove some of the challenge, which people don't like, some of that risk, but you can always add that risk back in if that's the thing that it feels like it's missing. But the thing is the more resources you have, the more fun things you get to do. This is a statement that I guess also applies to the real world if you really think about it. But in Minecraft, you can be as rich as you want to be, and then you can still give yourself challenges. This is the thing that after all these years, I've been playing Minecraft for 9 years now. If the whole goal was just to get to the stage where I'm comfortable I wasn't going to die, I would have reached that stage a long time ago, but then it's fun to go to the next level. I'm lighting up my entire 864 by 864 world within the walls of it. I have silly ideas is like draining an entire ocean, which we shouldn't do, but I really want to do it. It would be addicting, right? Or, you know, if after Caves and Cliffs Part 2, or, you know, the Caves and Cliffs part of Caves and Cliffs comes out, wouldn't it be fun to destroy an entire mountain? These big ideas, these wacky, dumb things that honestly seem like they're entirely pointless are the things that keep me going mentally, and the Minecraft enjoyment of working on these big projects is what keeps me going physically. The reason that I enjoy playing Minecraft all these years later, I mean, a lot of channels get burnt out on it and they start to switch to whatever's more popular. I'm sure I could have had more viewers if I'd switched to the Fortnite world, or the Apex Legends world, or the Roblox worlds, or all of these different games that people have, you know, over time switched their channels to when they burn out on Minecraft. I think the reason I don't burn out on it is because I do whatever I want to do in the given moment, and this has resulted in a huge range of things, from a build that sets off a ton of TNT if you eat cake incorrectly, to having the sorts of fun, you know, like staircases for a mountain, building minecarts and transport across the world, having links across the nether. All of these things have been so enjoyable to me, and I just know that in the future there's going to be a ton more of this. The reason that I choose to play this game, and the reason I enjoy spending so many hours on it every single week, whereas other games that I've loved, I played Stardew Valley for about 40 hours last month, but then I kind of fell out of it slowly. The reason that has never happened to me in Minecraft is because I know I have all these undone things that I want to do, and unlike the Stardew Valleys, which require you to be, you know, sure of exactly what you're doing, you need to be focused on this singular path. Unlike the Call of Duties of the world, which you'd be surprised is actually where my channel started, where you have to be constantly playing and working out the skill and tactics. You know, unlike all of these things where there is a game that is evolving, whether you're there or not, Minecraft is always there for you, waiting for you to play it again. And that commitment that the Minecraft world has to me is something I put into that. And so, indeed, this video is something that honestly you might have looked at and gone, wow, that's a 12-minute video. I don't know if I'm even going to learn anything from that. But 12 minutes ago, the end of this video seemed so far away, but it's not. You made the commitment, and now hopefully you're better off. And the same is true for building these weird projects. The same is true for doing whatever you want to do and making weird things and sharing it with people, because Minecraft is one of the greatest games of all time. I genuinely do believe the Microsoft higher-ups when they say that they think that Minecraft is a game that can last for 100 years because it has a gameplay loop unlike any other. And if you're jealous of the long-term survival worlds you see in multiplayer series or in videos just like mine, then maybe you should try committing to a world, working on some weird projects, and realizing that no one can tell you what you can and cannot do, and that is the beautiful thing that Minecraft allows you to do. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it was fun, because after watching this video, I hope that you create a brand new world and that you commit to it for some time, because I'm going to go and play on my 2012 survival world, and I look forward to seeing you in Minecraft. Except that's not how Minecraft actually works. That's why I like Minecraft. I can stay away from people if I want to, which is what I do in my solo survival world. Anyway, I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
No one can tell you what you can or cannot do, with no rules to follow. This adventure, it's up to you.